So last month, my roommates and I were trying to figure out the fairest way to split the rent in our 3-bedroom apartment. You know, the usual arguments: who gets the biggest room, who gets the window, who has the messiest habits, etc. But then my buddy Jake, who fancies himself a solutions guy, suggested we calculate it based on how much each of us contributes to the apartment's ambient soundscape. In other words, whoever snores loudest pays the least, since everyone else has to put up with it. It sounded fair in theory, and I was pretty confident because I'd never heard myself snore, which, as it turns out, is not a good indicator. We decided to measure our snoring objectively, so we borrowed a decibel meter from our neighbor, who uses it for her band practice. The plan was simple: everyone would take a turn sleeping alone in the living room while the rest of us listened in, and whoever clocked the highest decibel level would get the biggest rent discount. It felt a little weird setting up Snore Olympics, but we were committed. Night 1, I went first, and peaked at a respectable 62 decibels. Jake, ever the overachiever, hit 68. But then there was Kyle, who, as it turns out, could have a promising future as a malfunctioning leaf blower. By the third night, Kyle's snoring hit an ear-shattering 76 decibels. It wasn't just the apartment vibrating, our windows rattled, dogs howled 3 blocks away, and at one point I swear the goldfish started swimming upside down. Instead of sleep, we spent most of the night debating whether we should call an exorcist or an HVAC specialist. The next morning, there was a very stern note taped to our door from the building across the street: "Please keep it down at night. Some of us are trying to sleep." Management. That's right, not our building, across the street. So, after a heated debate and a lot of apologizing to our neighbors, and their neighbors, we decided to abandon the snore-based rent calculation. But the landlord didn't see the humor in our decibel contest apparently. He didn't appreciate the serenade. Long story short, we were evicted, which, if you ask me, was pretty unfair. I mean, we weren't being that loud. But I guess you could say we were kicked out for sound reasons.